What's going on, beautiful friends and family? How are you guys doing? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Much love. I hope you guys are well. I hope your week is going well. We are getting towards the end of this week, and it has been another wild and woolly week for all of us down here in these jungles. I hope you guys are all well. I hope you guys are all healthy. I hope you guys are good. I can't thank you guys enough for being a part of this reading that we have out here, that we sit and read scriptures together. And the reading of the scriptures is something simply astounding. I love the scriptures of our Creator. I love our Creator. I love His Son. I love His laws. And a lot of people, if this is the first time you've ever heard somebody say, I love the laws of our Creator, let me introduce you to the greatest things that we've ever been given. We've been given righteous knowledge. We have been given strength. We've been given words of wisdom. And all of this can be found in the first 5 books of scriptures, in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And it is in those 5 books that we learn the heart, the mind, the soul of our Creator, how He wants us to operate, how He wants us to treat our families, how we're supposed to run our businesses, what foods are foods, what foods we're supposed to eat, what animals we're not supposed to eat. There's things about days of rest that we have been given. And there's no other religion in the world that keeps these beautiful laws of our Creator. The religious system and systems of this world have been corrupted beyond anything that's out there. In these religious systems, we're told fables. We're told lies. And it's at the expense of our souls. We have these people that we pay 10% of our money to in these magnificent buildings that worship on a day that the scriptures doesn't tell us that is our day of rest. We've been given a 7th day, Sabbath day, but yet religion has said, oh, you don't need to keep that. We've changed it to a Sunday. We call that the Lord's Day. And the Lord's Day is a day that is different than what scriptures say. And technically on our Creator's calendar, it's a first day. It's not a 7th day. And on that day, hold on everybody. Sorry about that. On the 7th day, we've been given instructions to rest. We've been given instructions not to cook, not to cling, not to have our people that we hire do any of that. It's a day that our animals aren't plowed up. We don't have them saddled up or bridled up or have them moving from point to A to point B. We've been given wonderful instructions, but yet we say things like the laws are nailed to the cross. They are so good, but yet we don't need them. We also know that we're supposed to love our Elohim, our God, more than anything, right? That is the number one greatest commandment, is to love our Elohim. But when we hate or disregard or don't even know or don't care what His instructions for us are, how can we be truthful with ourselves in that regard? How can we say we truly love our God, uppercase G, Yahuwah, with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our soul, with all our strength, when in fact we have denied the ways, the works that He wishes us to work? In fact, we live in such a religious setup in the system that people are like, well, works won't save you. And at the end of the day, we have patriarchs like Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov, and it is very clear that their works did save them. because Messiah Yahushua was thousands of years after this. So how were they saved? By being obedient to the laws of our Creator. And so we are in a world right now where knowledge has surpassed anything of anyone's understanding. We have AI, and we have, one simple AI query eliminates an entire library of books. Every bit of the information of this world has been digitized. All the books have been digitized. All the knowledge of the world. It's all in search engines. It's all in databases. It's all ready to query. And it's something that we live in such a world of all this knowledge, but yet the mystery that everybody finds themselves in is the laws of our Creator. We all know about the guy they call Jesus. And in fact, there were no J's in Hebrew, so this is a different person than the guy that's in the scriptures. And the people say that this guy named Jesus has fulfilled all the laws to where he doesn't need, he basically says, this is a new religion. I have a way. I'm going to have you can call yourself a Christian. And if a Christian is a follower of the Christ, well, in scriptures, our Messiah, our Mashiach, Yeshua, kept and keeps the laws of our Creator. That's what made him a perfect sacrifice. That's what made him sinless, is that he kept the Torah of his Father. And with the Torah of his Father, he became our priest. He became a sacrifice for us. But he didn't become a new religion. He didn't set forth a brand new way forward. Matthew 7 very clearly defines all of this. It says, "Depart from me, you who work lawlessness," out of the words of our Messiah. Well, what does he mean? Depart from me, you who work lawlessness, you who work iniquity. Well, iniquity is violation of the first 5 books of scriptures. It's when we are a rebellious group of people that say things like all food has been made clean, when there's no place in a properly translated scriptures that all food has been made clean. If you want to take a piece of Paul's writings and free yourself from the law, that would make Paul your God. That would make Paul your religious system. And I don't believe that Paul would ever want something of that. Paul would want something where all of us were keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments that we have been instructed to keep for all generations. And so when I say that the laws are beautiful and I love them, I truly mean it. There is not a single law that I have ever found that is something that doesn't make any sense. Yet, when you go to the United States of America, you could get arrested for jaywalking. If you literally walk across a road and you're not in a crosswalk, and you could get arrested for jaywalking. Now that's a funky law. All of these tax laws, all these tax burdens, all of these millions of federal laws and millions of state laws. And when you look at the laws of our Creator, there's only about 158 laws that we can even have in today's society. There's only about 158. And you don't have to slaughter animals. That's not the point. You wouldn't want to slaughter animals. You'd be offering up strange fire. We're not Levites. We don't have a Levitical priesthood around us. We don't know the proper ways and have altars that we can sanctify. And we're definitely not qualified to ever offer sacrifices. But that's the point of our Messiah, is that our Messiah came to become our Levitical priesthood. He became everything that we needed. But if we are not law-abiding citizens of the kingdom to come, we're going to get the boot. We're going to get kicked out. Now, religious systems have us believing that there's a rapture. That's the thing the Christians always talk about. Oh, the rapture's coming to get us. The rapture's going to save us. There's not going to be any kind of tribulation. There's these pre-tribulation and mid-tribulation raptures, and everybody has all this doctrine on this kind of stuff. And the problem is they miss the entire boat when it comes to doctrine. If you don't have the entire word of our Creator in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, from page 1 all the way down to the last page, including the Apocrypha, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And it's not something that you can just read one time. It's something that we're called to read all the time. In fact, we're supposed to love the laws of our Creator so much that we talk about them in the morning. We talk about them at night. We sit around the campfire and talk about them. We impress them upon our children. It's part of our life. It's a part of our existence. We wouldn't go to work if we weren't under the laws of our Creator. We wouldn't make business decisions or family decisions or anything in our life without first weighing it through the lenses of the Torah. And so the Torah is a beautiful thing. And if you guys that are out there, if this is the first time you've ever even heard that word Torah, this is not a Jewish thing. Those in Judaism don't keep the same Torah. They don't keep the first 5 books of scriptures. They keep a zillion other books, and that's breaking commandments because we are told not to add to and not to take away from the Torah. And so the word of our Creator is a living, breathing entity that will grow with you. It will grow with your families. It will bless you. And it will also curse you if you fall. It will curse you physically and spiritually. Because when we fall under the curses of the Torah, we could get very sick from eating pig, swine, food that was never ever meant to be eaten. There's a lot of bad things that can happen because we don't keep the Torah. And so, guys, I would encourage all of you guys out there to walk the Torah, love the Torah, be a part of the Torah, and be a part of Yah's kingdom. Be a part of his son's world. Now, what you're looking at right before your eyes is you're looking at a limited edition Yah Scriptures. This is the greatest English translation that has ever been produced. And it is a favorite of many, many people. It's called the Big Blue. Lots and lots and lots of people have gotten this Big Blue book. It is 103 books. It is all the Apocrypha restored. It has the proper names of our Creator, his Son, all of the patriarchs. And it's cheap in terms of the rest that is out there that is much far inferior than the Yah Scriptures. You guys can get this at yahscriptures.com. And you can also get all the free versions of them. Guys, there's all the different apps. They have the Android app. You have the Apple version of it. Spanish version will be coming out in the next week or so. And it is incredible. It's free. Absolutely free of charge. The eSword modules are free of charge. All of this is free. And you guys can just go to yahscriptures.com right there. Click on downloads at the top of this. And you can also purchase these. And this is a prison ministry as well. What we do is we ship these into our brothers and sisters in chains absolutely free of charge. And we minister to them. I have my 3 sons that weekly work on their brothers and sisters in chains as we have a pen pal mission that we sit and we talk to those who are stuck in the United States prison systems. And as there is a tremendous amount of Torah keepers in the prison system, there's also all of these fake religious systems that are trying to get our brothers and sisters in chains further into the pagan world that we live into. So guys, with that, I hope that you guys have a wonderful time, a wonderful reading with me on this. We are in the book of Enoch. If you've never read the book of Enoch, I'm going to get you caught up right now. We are on chapter 19, but I'm going to give you a breakdown of exactly what happens in the first, in all of these. So this is the book of Enoch. This is a recap. We'll call this our Cliff Note versions. The opening Enoch, this is from chapters 1 through 5. The opening presents a vision of Enoch regarding the coming judgment of the wicked and the vindication of the righteous. It announces that Yahuwah, often rendered as Elohim, the Holy Great One, will appear to execute justice. It also goes into talking about how nature obeys Yahuwah. And this is the book of Enoch is not a baller book. When I'm talking baller, I'm not talking monkeys living on a spinning water ball. It says Enoch proclaims that while creation obeys divine order, mankind does not. Thus, a day of reckoning is inevitable, right? The sun comes up every single day. The moon comes up. The stars, they run in their little circular patterns. It all obeys the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. And it also gives us a call to the righteous. These chapters exhort the righteous to remain faithful, for they will be rewarded. And that's what we're looking for, guys. We are looking for a way to protect our soul and to walk out of this world or to breathe our last breath on the right side of history. And the right side of history is not doing the will of Hasatan. It's not being the devil's child. It's not raising your hand at 8 years old and thinking you're saved and thinking that you're going to be saved for eternity, when very clearly Scriptures talks differently. Now, chapter 6 through 11 talks about the rebellion of the Watchers. It's a group of 200 angels called the Watchers, led by Semyaza. They descended to earth on Mount Kerman. They take human wives and beget giants who corrupted the earth. The giants devour mankind and creation, leading to violence, sin, and bloodshed. Then we have a heavenly response. We have the archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. And they report to Yahuwah. He sends instructions to bind Aziel, another chief angel, and cast him into the desert. Destroy the giants and imprison the Watchers in the abyss until the judgment. Now, chapters 12 through 16, it talks about Enoch's commission and message to the Watchers. Enoch as an intercessor, Yahuwah appoints Enoch to act as a mediator. He delivers judgment messages to the imprisoned Watchers. And then the Watchers lament. The fallen angels request Enoch to write a petition for their forgiveness, but Yahuwah rejects it. Condemnation. The Watchers are condemned to eternal punishment. Enoch reveals their secrets about creation, heaven, and the fate of the souls. Now, chapters 17 and 18 begin with Enoch's celestial journey. This is the journey through creation. Enoch is taken on a vision journey by angels through the ends of the earth. 7 great mountains, symbolic of cosmic structures, fiery places, winds, and stars, and the place of punishment for the Watchers, and the abyss where their spirits are held. Enoch observes elemental and astronomical forces, winds, stars, and the storehouses of the sun and moon, hinting at a cosmic order known only to Yahuwah. Okay, so there we are. You guys are officially caught up on this. Now, what we're going to go into is we're going to go into the beautiful Yah Scriptures app. This is free, guys. This app right here is worth, in my mind, hundreds of dollars. It's worth everything, because this you can put on every tablet, in Apple, Android. You can put it on Android TVs. You can put it on Apple devices. It's amazing. And right here you have the Torah commands. If you don't know what the Torah is, if the laws of our Creator are a mystery to you, they're free, guys. Everything in Yah Scriptures is free, because willingly our Creator has given us all these things. He didn't charge us for them. The prophets didn't charge for this. Guys, this is why the Yah Scriptures exists, to give us this kind of beautiful stuff. And so, guys, there you go right here. You guys can look in your Apple store or your Android store. Just type in 2 words, Yah Scriptures, and it is available for all of you guys. Now, here it is. Let's begin. Chapter 19, the book of Enoch. And Uriel said to me, "Here shall stand the messengers who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as mighty ones, till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be rightly ruled till they are made an end of." Now, this never ended, right? We live in we were talking about this religious system, but let's talk about Catholicism, and let's talk about all the idols. Let's talk about all of the demons inside of these church constructs that at the very tippy top of the Catholicism, they openly serve Lucifer. And when you look at some of the Vatican and you look at the snakes and all of the obelisks and all of this demonic entities, this has never stopped, right? The world is absolutely a satanic world. People have conformed to Satan. They love Lucifer. They think he's the angel of light. And they want to serve this guy instead of Elohim Most High, instead of Yahuwah. And so this never ever stopped. But this is what they were doing back in these days. And the women also of the messengers who went astray shall become demons. Okay, big stuff, right? And the women, right? What women? Well, it seems like there may be possibly men and women messengers as well. And this is something new that we have not heard of. Also, it's possible that these are the women that the messengers intermingled with. Well, regardless whether or not it's referring to women that are messengers. And I don't think we know of any women messengers. Like, I don't think anywhere in Scriptures or the Apocrypha have we been told anything about this, or even knowing that there are women. So More than likely, this probably are the human women, but what we have is they became demons. And so from the previous reading in Enoch, we learn that the souls of all of the giants have no place to go. And so they become unclean spirits, and they become the ones that plague us and take us to school, the ones that are always trying to take us and our children and our families, the ones that are trying to cause chaos. And for those who are Torah keepers, right, we are under the thumb of the enemy. The enemy doesn't care about the Christians. He doesn't care about all of those in religious systems. You can see everyone around you is blessed, right? It doesn't matter because their souls are already secured. Their souls are gone. They have chosen their way forward. And it's not the way of Elohim. And so we always have to be very astute and diligent and vigilant in that we are under attack. And so continuing on, 3. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, the end of all matters, and no man shall see as I have seen. 20. And these things, and these are the names of the Kodesh messengers who watch. Uriel, one of the Kodesh messengers who is over the world and over Gehinnom. All right, so now we're getting a little bit of structure as far as the big dogs. These are the big guns. These are the ones that are over all sorts of stuff, right? Gehinnom is essentially the spot between, eternal damnation and the holding spot. Doesn't sound like a great spot to be, but Uriel is he's the warden. He's the warden of this place. Raphael, one of the Kodesh messengers who is over the spirits of men. Big stuff, right? Understanding, when we die, what happens, who's sorting who. Well, Raphael looks like one of them. Ragiel, one of the Kodesh messengers who takes vengeance on the world of the lights. There's lots of stuff right there. Michael, one of the Kodesh messengers, in order that he is appointed over the best part of mankind and over disorder. So not only is he over the best part, but he's over disorder. And we also learn from the book of Enoch that part of the judgment of the watchers was that they had to watch all of their kids essentially destroy themselves. These messengers would, however they did it, they caused dysfunction between all of these giants to where the giants were fighting each other. And this is one of these things that Hollywood has taken all of these. They've taken all this stuff, right? And they call it Greek mythology. And they've made all these movies and Marvel and all of these things. They're basically showing you the demons that are out there, that are always attacking the people, that are always, these are the giants of old that are roaming around as demons right now. Continuing on, Serakiel, one of the Kodesh messengers who is appointed over the spirits who sin in the spirit. Big stuff there, okay? Gavriel, one of the Kodesh messengers who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Okay, so Gavriel is a general, right? He's a leader of an army, and he's defending paradise. And he fights off the serpents and the cherubim, right? All the messengers we know of them as several different names. Cherubim is one of them. Then we have Ramiel, one of the Kodesh messengers who Elohim appointed over those who rise. Now, we don't know exactly what that means. A lot of that is something we don't know. But these are the top dogs. These are the guys that are part of this incredible military, right? And you look at the United States, which is, the greatest military that the world has ever seen, because, all of the money that the taxpayers make go into military defense and all of this. They're a war industrial complex. It's why, the United States, in the hundreds of years it's even been a country, has hardly ever been at peace. It is a war-ravaged country. And it's been taken over, right? It's been taken over by DARPA. It's been taken over by BlackRock. It's been taken over by the powers that be. All these warmongers. And if it wasn't always at war, then nobody would be buying their bombs, and we'd be buying their nukes, and we'd be buying their planes and bombs and all this other stuff. And so That's what the war industrial complex is. But these guys are going to mess them up, right? These guys are, it's like, it's not even going to be a fair fight when the messengers or Messiah Yahushua comes and it deals with these people. 21. And I proceeded to where matters were disordered. And I saw there some horrible matters. I saw neither a Shamayim above, nor a firmly founded earth, but a place disorderly and horrible. Okay, there's that firmly founded earth again, right? This is where the book of Enoch is a NASA destroyer. It's a Hebrew word, deceiver, destroyer. NASA's stealing, 50, $60 million a day from the American people, pretending that they have things on Mars, pretending that they're shooting rockets as they go off into the oceans. You have these Satanist Freemasons like Jeff Bezos. You have all of these demons that are always in the know, in the mix, in the club, in the occult, that is always deceiving people. And the book of Enoch very clearly talks about this is a flat plane. What it looks like, I don't know, right? They have places in the United States, they have places in Antarctica where you just can't go. We don't know. It's not meant to be in this time, but at some point knowledge will expand to us. We will know the secrets of the Shamayim, and we will go, oh wow, this is crazy. They were hiding all this stuff from us for all these years. But what we're talking about right here is we're talking about a terrible place that Enoch was seeing. And there I saw 7 stars of the Shamayim bound together in it like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I said, for what sin are they bound? And on what account have they been cast in here? Then spoke Uriel, one of the Kodesh messengers who was with me, and was chief over them, and said, Enoch, why do you ask? And why are you eager for the truth? These are the number of the stars of the Shamayim which have transgressed the command of Yahuwah and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are ended. And from there I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former. And I saw a horrible matter, a great fire there which burned and blazed. And the place was divided as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I guess. Then I said, how fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, one of the Kodesh messengers who was with me, and said to me, Enoch, why have you such fear and terror? And I answered, because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said to me, this place is the prison of the messengers, and here they will be imprisoned forever. Okay. Terrible, sounds like a terrible place. 22. And then I went to another place, and he showed me in the west another great and high mountain of hard rock. And there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are their hollow places, and deep and dark to look at. Then Raphael answered, one of the Kodesh messengers who was with me, and said to me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the beings of the dead should assemble there, even that all the beings of the children of men should assemble here. And these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, until their appointed time, till the great judgment upon them. I saw the spirits of the children of men who were dead, and their voice went forth to the Shamayim and petitioned. And I asked Raphael, the messenger, who was with me, and I said to him, this spirit, whose is it whose voice goes forth and petitions? And he answered me, saying, this is the spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew, and he makes his petition against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. Then I asked regarding it, and regarding all the hollow places, why is one separated from the other? Then he answered me and said, these 3 have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated, and such a division has been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is the bright spring of water. And such has been made for sinners when they die and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be put aside in this great pain till the great day of judgment and punishment and torment of the accursed forever, and retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever. And such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their petition, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous, but sinners, who were complete in transgression, and of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from there. Then I blessed Yahuwah of esteem, and said, Baruch, blessed be Adonai, Yahuwah of righteousness, who rules forever. From there I went to another place, to the west ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire which ran without resting, and did not cease from its course in day or night, but regularly. And I asked, saying, What is this which does not rest? Then Raguel, one of the Kodesh messengers who was with me, answered me and said to me, This course of fire which you have seen in the fire in the west, which pursues all the lights of the Shamayim. And from there I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire which burnt day and night. And I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other. And the stones were magnificent and pleasant, magnificent as a whole, of magnificent appearance and fair exterior, 3 towards the east, one founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other, and deep, rough ravines, none of which joined with any other. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. And amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelled. Neither was any amongst them, nor were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever. And its fruit is pleasant, and its fruit resembles the dates of a palm. Then I said, How pleasant is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms are very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the Kodesh and honored messengers who was with me, and was their leader. And he said to me, Enoch, why do you ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? And why do you want to learn the truth? I find it very fascinating that we have these messengers that they don't understand humans in terms of our curiosity, right? You know, any human that is out there, you know, we see spectacles or things that we just don't understand, and we're like, wow, what is that? What's going on? We're very curious. We're a very curious group of people. And these messengers, they know all of this. They know all the secrets of the Shamayim. They know everything that is in and around, but yet here we are trying to figure out the truth. Then I answered him saying, I want to know about all matters, but especially about this tree. And he answered saying, This high mountain which you have seen, whose summit is like the throne of Elohim, is his throne, where the Kodesh Great One, Yahuwah of esteem, the eternal sovereign, will sit when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring to its end forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and Kodesh. Its fruit shall be food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the Kodesh place, to the Hayekel of Yahuwah, the eternal sovereign. Then they shall rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the Kodesh place they shall enter. And its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as your fathers lived. And in their days shall no sorrow, or plague, or torment, or calamity touch them. Then I Barak, the Elohim of esteem, the eternal sovereign, who has prepared such matters for the righteous, and has created them and promised to give to them. All right, let's keep rolling here. 26. And I went from there to the middle of the earth, and I saw a Baruch place in which there were trees with branches abiding and blooming. And there I saw a Kodesh mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine, wherein also ran a stream underneath the mountain. And to the west of there was another mountain, lower than the former, and of small height, and a ravine, deep and dry between them, and another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the 3 mountains. And all the ravines were deep and narrow, of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine. Truly, I marveled very much. Then I said, For what object is this Baruch land? What is this blessed land which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the Kodesh messengers who was with me, answered and said, This accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against Yahuwah indecent words, and of his esteem speak harshness. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the compassionate Barak, Yahuwah of esteem, the eternal sovereign. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall Barak him for the compassion in accordance with which he has assigned them. Then I Barak Yahuwah of esteem, and proclaimed his esteem, and exalted him magnificently. All right, my friends. All right, my brothers and sisters. This has been an incredible reading. For those who make it to the end of this stuff, thank you so much. I really appreciate my family. In this world that we have, most of our family is going to be accursed. Most of our family is going to be in these valleys and these little crevices of these rocks of spirits, and it's going to be a sad place for them. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to be the anomaly. We're trying to be that drop of water in the wave of people who don't make it. And in this world and in this life is full of distractions, is full of demonic entities, is full of demonic sources. Everything is trying to corrupt us and corrupt our minds and corrupt our souls. And this is where we can all choose our Elohim Most High. This is where we can take his Torah, his laws, and we can write it upon our hearts, minds, and souls. We can become the anomalies. And it is with that I hope that I catch all of you guys on the other side. That I catch all of you guys in the Shamayim. In a place where we can high-five each other, where we can talk about our obedience, we can talk about the greatness of our Elohim and his greatness that has preserved a group of feeble people like us. And so, guys, thank you very much. Much love to you all. Until we meet again. Shalom. Shalom.